माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। नए प्रभात की नई किरण बन, कलयुग में हुआ माँ का आगमन। नए प्रभात की नई किरण बन, कलयुग में हुआ माँ का आगमन। चहुँ दिश फैला प्रेम उजाला, लाई संग माँ प्रेम की ज्योति। चहुँ दिश फैला प्रेम उजाला, लाई संग माँ प्रेम की ज्योति। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। कर जोड़े और शीश नवा कर, माँ के आगे हाथ फैला कर। कर जोड़े और शीश नवा कर, माँ के आगे हाथ फैला कर। मांगे माँ से दान ज्ञान का, करो निरंजित ज्ञान की ज्योति। मांगे माँ से दान ज्ञान का, करो निरंजित ज्ञान की ज्योति। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। माँ निर्मल के गीत में गाऊं, माँ की कृपा में खुद को पाऊं। माँ निर्मल के गीत में गाऊं, माँ की कृपा में खुद को पाऊं। कैसे पाते आत्म तत्व को प्रगट नगर माँ निर्मल होती। कैसे पाते आत्म तत्व को प्रगट नगर माँ निर्मल होती। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सीप का मोती। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सेब का मोती, माँ निर्मल ही सूर्य चंद्रमा, माँ निर्मल ही सेब का मोती। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। वंदन करते माँ निर्मल का, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति। माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति, माँ अपनी है निर्मल ज्योति।
जय श्री माता जी भैया, आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं।
Jai Shri Mataji. A very warm welcome to all of you in our session today, this morning. As you're well aware, we have 3 such sessions going on every day. One in the morning like this at 8 a.m., one in the afternoon at 4:15, and one in the evening at 7:45 p.m. And these are 1-hour sessions where we generally discuss, or let's say introduce Sahaja Yoga to new seekers who are trying to understand more about it. And we talk about our internal subtle system briefly, then go for the most important bit, which is self-realization and meditation. At the end, if you have any questions, we try to resolve them. Or if you want to share any experiences, you can speak with us by joining the Zoom link or leaving your comments or questions in the YouTube chat. All these sessions are on the same Zoom link and the same YouTube channel. There's one more session every day at 5:30 p.m., which is organized for seekers who have now understood the basics and want to go deeper into meditation. Again, it's held daily at 5:30 for 1 hour. So let's start the session today. What we'll do is, as we discussed, just talk briefly about what Sahaja Yoga is, and then move towards meditation, self-realization experience. So we're talking about seekers here, people who are seeking something. That's the general idea. People coming to Sahaja Yoga often are seeking something, as we see, and they have tried and tested several methods out there and several organizations which probably haven't worked out well for them. Or these are people who have some troubles, maybe physical troubles, diseases, or people who are just simply unsatisfied in life, and they are just tired of everything that they have tried out, and nothing gives them the satisfaction and joy that we are looking out for. So different kinds of people come to Sahaja Yoga, and they have different things. If you ask them, what are you looking for? Somebody will say peace of mind. Somebody will say for just getting better in health somewhere, or somebody. There are people as well who talk about, who have been searching for God in different forms and going to different organizations and reading books and trying meditation at home, etc. It usually doesn't work very well. These are all the same people, in fact. There is a category of people who are genuinely just searching God and have understood that all of these worldly things do not give us any joy, and there's only the ultimate that we have to achieve. But in fact, whatever things we pursue, it is, you can say, God's will or power that is pushing us towards ultimately finding Him. For example, we go into one venture, for example, very good job, earning a lot of money, all of that. We grow and grow and grow, and then we realize that it's not giving me any joy. I'm very dissatisfied and very unhappy after achieving all of this. Then we try another venture. Then we try anything else, something else, something else, and then at the end we realize that none of this really gives us the joy that we're looking out for. And we've probably not been built for this. There has to be something higher that we've been built for. All of this understanding and all of this try and fail sort of method that goes on leads us to ultimately the pure seeking of God. Adi Shankaracharya has talked about it as yan neti neti vachne. By saying no and no to this and that and this and that, we finally come to the right conclusions. But it's also possible to come to those conclusions now when we have something right in front of us. So what is seeking? What is Sahaja Yoga? What is it that we actually should seek? We don't even know that. We just know that we are looking for peace and joy. So there are lots of things that give you relaxation, and you think that that is what we are seeking. So you go to some place, it's very nicely built, and you feel very nice and relaxed. That's not it. What is it that we should seek? The problem is that we've forgotten. We've lost our moorings, we can say, which talk about what is it that a human being should seek. So this is the heritage of our country, we can say, and it has been talked about for long, long time, and not very openly, a little secretively, because this was kept secret for reasons. Because normal people who cannot experience it will not understand it, first of all. And there were other reasons why it was kept secret. In our great country, we have had one Guru, one Shishya Parampara, where one realized soul would become Guru to one disciple and would give realization to them. This realization has been even shown in our the Ramayana that came in earlier, where Love Kush were given realization by their Guru. And even Lord Rama was taught about the various chakras, etc. inside. So this is all there. We've had Patanjali, we have had Markandeya, we have had so many great sages and saints, and then the likes of Kabir and Nanak, and everybody has talked about it in their own formats, in their own words. For example, Kabir says, Ida, Pingla, Sukhman, Nadire, the three channels inside us, which is the Kundalini Tantra. Everybody has talked about it, and we have barely understood what they've been talking about. And the reason mainly is that they were all born, or they came up to a very high stage on their own in life. And we general human beings have been, let's say, living on the ground floor. We just cannot see what they can see from up there. And then we started calling them names, saying that these are mad people when they came. We made their lives very, very miserable. Some of them we poisoned or crucified. Some of them we didn't allow to live only. For example, Gyaneshwara took Samadhi at the age of 23 because we just could not understand what they were saying. And it hurt our egos when they said some things like these, whatever the reason, but we just could not understand because the mass population could not reach or could not see what they were seeing. Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi, whose photograph you can see right behind me, started Sahaja Yoga in 1970 with the idea that mass realization has to happen now. The general population that we say, the grihast people living in their households, must get their realization. For any discovery or invention to be really useful in the world, it has to become completely generalized for everyone. Right? And so is the way of realization as well. God did not make us all in his image so that only one or two could get it. We all have to get our realization and get connected with him. We've been talking about God, realization, this, that, religions, etc., for thousands of years. But to be completely honest with ourselves, we have not really felt his presence around us. As we say, Kan Kan Mein Bhagwan, but we haven't really known him as such or felt him in our central nervous system. Things should not be mental or, just we are saying something and we are just accepting something and saying that, yes, we have known God. We must have irrefutable experience of that thing. So this is what realization is, which comes to us. And it's a process wherein first the lamp is lit, and then you can see what all is around, which is not okay, and you can correct things, let's say. Whereas if in the darkness, we just keep on correcting things and don't know what is right, what is wrong, and then going for the lamp being lit later on by doing all of that tapasya, we will just lose our way right now. And nobody's actually going to do all that tapasya at this stage. So if nobody's going to do that tapasya, do we mean to say that this population of human beings that we see is just going to be left as it is right now in its state? Because we see so many bad things happening around us. And often we get to the question that, did God really make us just for this, for doing all these horrible things out there? So the answer is no. He has actually made us very beautiful inside. And he's made all the, you can say, the mechanism built in, which when the time is right, when there is someone in front of us who can give us realization, will give it to us and we can get it and correct ourselves and become what he intends us to be. Now, there's a lot to talk about in Sahaja, but just what we'll do is just talk a little bit about what we get in terms of when we meditate, what is it that we experience, first of all. So the first experience that we get is of Nirvichar Chetna, which is thoughtless awareness, where there are no thoughts and we are completely aware. That's the first step, and we get a lot of peace because of that. Most of our problems are because of thinking too much as well. Then we get a cool breeze coming out of our hands and at the top of our head. This cool breeze has been defined by Adi Guru Shankaracharya again as, he says, when Mother's grace dawns upon us in his book called Saundarya Lehri, we feel the cool breeze. That means he says, Salilam Salilam Chaitanya, cool Chaitanya coming out of. He didn't say hands, but we feel it in our hands at the first. So the book's name is Saundarya Lehri, which is literally the beautiful vibrations. Now, it has been talked about in Bible as the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. In Quran, it said that when Qiyamah's time will come, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. This is exactly what it does. For the first time, we feel these vibrations and we feel what chakras are not okay inside of us. Till now, we have no idea what is wrong with us. Let's say there's a person who's very egoistic, shouts at everyone and very bombastic and things like that. And if somebody goes and tells him that you're so, he will shout again and probably hit the person. But let's say he meditates and he gets his realization, he will feel a tingling in a particular finger of a chakra, which means that he is egoistic and is very angry with people and he should forgive and cool down. So he'll know it for himself and will correct himself. So all of this decoding of these chakras and what they stand for and how to correct ourselves is all told by Shree Mataji to us. And it is all freely available again. But it's for the first time that we know. Let's say I have a disease that I don't know yet is brewing up inside me. I can feel that on one of my chakras and cure it in meditation. So there are ways to cure ourselves as well by giving vibrations to these chakras, etc. Similarly, we can know about others. So there is collective consciousness. When we say collective consciousness, it's a very big term, and people think that we have to think of ourselves as collective beings, etc. Whereas by thinking, we only give mental projections. It has to actually happen. And the actualization of that happens by we becoming truly connected with each other. It's like there's a main server which is connected to so many computers. With one computer, you can query about another one and you can get the answer through that. So we know for sure that we are connected because we can see the vibrations of others. We can correct others. In Sahaja Yoga, even we can cure illnesses, but that's not we focus a lot upon. And we can give realization to others. One who's realized, let's say there's a lit candle, it can light so many candles. The same way, a realized person now can give realization to several other people. All of this happens to us very easily. It's all freely available. Shree Mataji is always focused on and told us that there's no money that one can give or take for something so high because it's so invaluable. Sahaja Yoga is now spread across 150 countries and is practiced by people of all religions and types and categories, whichever we may define. What we'll do now is quickly talk about our internal subtle system and then move towards meditation. We are all built inside like this. When we were in our mother's womb, God's energy, whatever name we may call it by, entered through our fontanelle bone area, which is a soft bone in children. If you have seen, it does lumped up like this. This is the place it enters from. and our brain being a prism-shaped entity, it refracts into three parts. The one coming from right goes to the left, one coming from left goes to the right, one in the center. It creates all of these centers, chakras inside of us, which in fact control our plexuses, subplexuses inside, and they are the centers where all our nerves come and cross over. And these centers take care of our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual being. The power that comes down and is left, the residual energy, takes shape of coils in our, at the very end of our spine. There's a bone called sacrum bone. It's a triangular bone, has been named sacrum by the Greeks, and that means that they knew that there was something very sacred about it. And it settles down in coils, makes 3.5 coils, which is why it is called as Kundalini. Kundal means coil in Sanskrit, and it's the mother power that is there with us in all our lives. She's been there with us throughout our journey in all our lives and knows every single thing about us, and is our individual mother, whose only goal is to give us our second birth, which is the self-realization. She settled down there in all of us, and as we grow older, we develop ego and so many things, conditionings, etc. Our connection with divine gets calcified here, so there's no more that connection, and Kundalini goes into a sleeping state. Awakening of Kundalini and piercing through our Sahasrara again is self-realization, is what is connecting to God, is our yoga. Yoga literally means connection with God, and it happens spontaneously, which is why the name Sahaja was given by Shree Mataji. Now we'll talk about the three main channels that we have, which is, you see on the left is the blue colored channel. It is called as the Ida Nadi. It is also the moon channel inside us. It is responsible for our desires and our emotions. All of them come from here. On the physical side, it takes care of our sympathetic nervous system on the left-hand side. And all our past is also stored here. So people who are delving too much in the past, very emotional, and too many desires and all of that, they're working too much on this channel. And extremities of any kind leads to troubles, we know in Sahaja Yoga. So if we overuse, let's say, this channel, we get into maybe depression or psychosomatic diseases and whatnot, which are generally called as incurable. You can feel the center on the left palm in meditation. This channel on the left palm in meditation. Similarly, on the right-hand side is the channel in yellow called as Pingala Nadi. This takes care of our sympathetic on the right side and is responsible for all our actions. Actions meaning they could be mental actions as well, or physical actions. People who are very futuristic, because this is the channel of our future. They work on this too much. Ambitious, aggressive people work on this too much. And this being the sun channel, it gets heated up a lot and various diseases come to us. We feel the status of this channel on the right palm. In the center is what is called as Sushumna Nadi. This takes care of our parasympathetic nervous system. And this is the central path, and this is the channel of our present. We're rarely in the present. We're always jumping from past to future or future to past in our thoughts. So being in the center means leading a very balanced life. That is why it's a Buddha has talked about most of being in the center, which is why they have talked about it, because when the time is right, you can get a realization, because this is the path for Kundalini to rise up. At the very bottom, we see the first chakra here is called as Mooladhara chakra. So these chakras, they are actually represented, they are taken care of, let's say, by various deities inside us. And we say that, God resides inside of us, but we don't know where. So the various forms of gods who takes care of various things in the world and in us, they're all inside us. And we say that jo pind mein wahi brahmand mein, that means what is inside us is what is in the universe. So all of them reside inside of us.
and they take care of various chakras. And when we go against their qualities, these chakras go out of order. And when they are awakened by Kundalini, we get their boons and we get their blessings, and we get so many things in life that are so beautiful. For example, this chakra is it's adorned by Sri Ganesha, who's the one who's worshipped first, and his qualities are innocence, wisdom. There are no words for Mangal Mehta and etc. So all of these things come to us because of his grace. And when we go against his qualities, that means we go against, let's say, innocence. So we're very cunning people, or we go against sex in any shape and form, in the wrong things, then this chakra is caught up. And we get diseases around this center that we can see takes care of the excretionary organs and sex organs, etc. All of them can go out of order. When this chakra is awakened, we get pure wisdom, pure knowledge, what to do, what not to do. And especially in children, it's a very, very strong boon that comes in. And we get childlike innocence. So we become truly innocent people when this chakra is awakened inside us. This chakra we can feel at this juncture of our palm and our wrist. This is the place where we feel on both left and right side. Every chakra has in fact 3 parts on the left, right, and center. After this comes the Swadhisthana chakra. This is governed by Brahmadev Saraswati, who are the creators of this world and who are also the giver of knowledge, every kind of knowledge inside us. So all creativity of whatever we do, the dynamism comes from this center. All sorts of art forms emanate from this center. When we go to to wrong kinds of knowledges, that is, let's say the Tantra Vidya and all of that, this chakra is caught up on the left-hand side very badly. On the right-hand side, this is caught up when we are thinking too much. So we can say that, in fact, we think from our stomach. You can see the right channel starts from this chakra and goes all the way up to our brain. So our brain thinks of future all the time, we are planning, etc. This we are doing by using the gray cells in the brain, which are in fact provided by Swadhisthana chakra by converting the fat cells into gray cells. So it keeps doing all of that work quite frequently for people who are thinking too much, working too much, etc. It is not able to take care of liver, pancreas, spleen, etc. All that is governed by Swadhisthana. So all of them can go out of order, or one of them can go out of order for people who think a lot, plan a lot, work a lot. When, of course, Kundalini awakens and this chakra is awakened, Brahmadev Saraswati are awakened inside us, we can put this chakra back into order slowly and gradually, and these problems can be cured. You can feel the center on left and right thumbs. After this comes the Nabhi chakra, which is governed by Lakshmi Narayan inside us. They are the giver of all kinds of boons of satisfied life, which has everything in plenty, as much as we need, and a beautiful household, and even from a career and money perspective, everything sorted out. All of that comes from their boons. Great qualities that come from this chakra are people become generous, they give to others, they give support to so many who are weak, and people start seeking. So our seeking also comes from this chakra. In animal stage, we were seeking, let's say, food, shelter, etc. As human beings, we've started seeking higher things, which are still money, power, etc. Slowly and gradually, as we talked about, we realize that all of this doesn't give us the satisfaction, and we move towards seeking God or seeking something higher, which leads to our evolution. So our evolution, also taken care by Narayan, is reciting here, is through his Dashavtaras that have happened, right from Matsya Avatar and all of that. So all of these qualities come from this chakra. We feel the Nabhi chakra on both our middle fingers on the left and right side. Around this is what we call as the Bhavsagar or void. This Bhavsagar we have heard of quite a few times, and it is really the place of dharma inside us, the true religion. And that's not Hindu, Muslim, Christianity, etc. This is the religion that is very, very innate, which is telling us what is right, what is wrong, what one should do, which is the human religion, really. All of this has been established by the Guru principle, the master, the primordial master who took birth on this earth several times in several different geographies among different people and tried to teach them about this dharma, which later on became different religions, but they are all one and the same. For example, there are 10 such incarnations of Adiguru Dattatreya, which are, and you might be surprised by hearing, but Shirdi Sainath, Guru Nanak, Muhammad Sahib, Zoroaster, Moses, Lao Tse, and so many others. We consider all of them as one and worship them in Sahaja Yoga. Being very fanatic about one and not accepting others can also lead to this chakra being caught up. Or taking to wrong gurus can also get this chakra caught up, because this is a guru principle here. We feel this center around the center of our palms. Some people even feel this moving like this in meditation. After this comes the Anhat chakra, which is the center right here behind the sternum bone. Here resides the mother, Jagdamba. With her being there, we know that she is taking care of us. We have that confidence built in. We don't worry about anything. And we are not afraid of anything. So all of that self-confidence, etc., the sense of security comes from this center. If this sense of security is disturbed in any way, then people can get troubles around the center. For example, women who might have insecurities with their husbands, etc., may get breast cancer. Children who fall sick a lot are the ones who are afraid a lot, etc. On the right-hand side resides Sri Sitaram, who are really the Maryada Purushottamas and have taught us the ideals of life of an ideal father, king, son, etc. When we go against these ideals in any way, this is caught up. People who have not had their fathers since childhood, or the relation is not okay as a father or as a son, then also this is caught up. Similarly, on the left-hand side is the mother principle. Left-hand side here resides Sri Shiv Parvati. It's the place of Atma inside of us. Atma is really the reflection of Paramatma inside all of us and is a witness to all that we do. It sees and it knows everything, but it's still not in our attention. With Atma Sakshatkar, what happens is that with the awakening of the Kundalini, a spark comes inside our spirit, let's say, and it comes in our attention, and then it becomes the driver. We feel this center on the left and right, small little fingers that we have. After this comes the Vishuddhi chakra. This chakra is right behind our throat, and there are various qualities around this chakra. It takes care of our complete visage here, the nose, lips, the tongue, teeth, eyes, outer part, ears, and our throat, and our hands, in fact. All of this is taken care of by Vishuddhi chakra. So you can see that all of this is used in our communication. So our complete communication is taken care of by this chakra. And our true sense of collectivity actually comes through communication, one can say. When we raised our heads is when we knew that we were collective beings. And when this chakra is awakened, we know that we are actually part and parcel of the whole, the collective. We are one microcosm of the macrocosm, part of the Virat that Sri Radha Krishna who reside here are. So we know that all of the beautiful qualities of Krishna's life that we have known of, the madhurta, as is said, all of that comes from this chakra inside of us. The diplomacy of how to handle things and people, etc., also come from this chakra. This chakra is caught up on the left-hand side if we feel guilty a lot for nothing at all. If we say, I've done this bad, that bad, I'm good for nothing, etc., all of this too much, then this chakra is caught up here very badly. And it's very, very detrimental for this chakra to be caught up in Sahaja Yoga, because we see that the nerves for our hands actually come from the center. 16,000 nerves cross from this plexus here. So if this chakra is caught up, we don't feel the vibrations in our hands. And even though we feel nice inside after realization, we don't actually feel the vibrations, which is really detrimental. On the right hand side, this is caught up when we aggress others a lot with our words. Oh, you have done this bad, you're good for nothing, bombasting a lot, speaking a lot, shouting a lot, using bad words a lot. Taking tobacco also ruins this chakra. So, and this chakra is caught up on our index fingers on both hands. After this comes the Agya chakra. This is adorned by three great entities whose lives were around, they were centered around forgiving others. Lord Buddha, Mahavira, and Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ has been described as Mahavishnu in our scriptures as well. We can talk more about it sometime. But this is chakra where all of them reside. And this opens up only when we forgive others. People who cannot forgive others are catching up a lot here. We can see that we even get headaches when we are very angry, thinking about, oh, he did that to me, etc. This is a very, very constricted path because all three channels you can see come and cross over here. It's literally a cross in our optic chiasma. And you can see that there are two balloon-like things right above it, which are called as ego and superego. These are the entities that get built up inside us in our lives because whatever actions we do leads up into an ego. Even if we think that we are not egoistic people, there is some ego there. And whatever conditionings that we get in life, whatever learnings we have, get built up as superego. One or the other is always clouding this path for Kundalini to pass through because that is how we are. We are either more super egoistic or more egoistic. But when we forgive on this chakra, Kundalini passes over and it sucks in both these entities, and the path for it to pass over opens up. Agya chakra is represented on our left and right ring fingers. After this, the last chakra is called as the Sahasrara chakra, which is really it means the 1,000-petaled center. The quality here is of integration because all chakras are integrated in this chakra. And we also get integrated with the divine because of this chakra. This is called as Brahmarandra. The Randra means the whole of the Brahma, to meet the Brahma. And it's called as the Dasham Dwar, and so many names are given to this. But this is the place where Kundalini comes in and it pierces and it connects us with the divine that is all around us. And the divine starts flowing through us in our nerves, and then we feel in our palms as well. We also feel that cool breeze coming out of our head and touching our hand in meditation, which we'll do just now. So this is all the theory part to be talked about, and there's so much inside yoga to learn. Thousands of lectures of Shree Mataji, which you can hear and learn more. But now we'll move on towards the most important thing, which is the self-realization experience. There are a few things that we do to clear ourselves out. A few steps which you can see now with your eyes open. Later on, we'll do them with our eyes closed. We're made out of 5 elements, and we use them in meditation in various shapes and formats. We'll use some of them now. So we'll keep the left hand in our lap as is shown here, and the right hand on the Mother Earth. We'll do this in meditation later on. We can practice for now. This is for cleansing our left channel. After this, we'll bring the right hand in our lap and put the left hand bent from our elbow towards the sky like this. Next, we'll put both our hands on the Mother Earth. All these steps, 3 of them, were to balance ourselves a bit. Now we'll bring the hands back into our lap. Keep the left hand open in our lap like this. And the right hand we'll use for the next steps. We'll keep the right hand on our heart and press it a bit here. We'll have some prayers. Then we bring this hand to our forehead like we would in a headache and press it, placing it across. We'll bend our head forward a little as well. Then we'll bring this hand at the back of our head and push back our head towards the sky. In the last step, we'll stretch our palm completely and place the center of our palm at the fontanel bone area, which was the soft bone when we were kids. And while pressing it, we'll bend our head forward and move it in a clockwise direction so that our scalp moves along with our palm. Here again, we'll have some prayers. These are all the steps that we have to do. Now one can easily understand that just by doing some steps, we cannot get the ultimate that we're talking about here. Ramdas Swami, a great realized soul, was asked from his disciple Shivaji Maharaj that how long does it take for one to get self-realization? His answer was, it happens that shan, Rajan. That means that very second. You just need someone who can give it and someone who can take it. Shree Mataji is here to give it to us. We just have to become the ones who can take it very humbly. Our photograph is now going to come on our screen. This is a very, very special photograph. Up until now, none of the realized souls or incarnations were photographed. Shree Mataji's photograph gives that benefit to us because it emanates those vibrations that our Kundalini inside recognizes, and it knows that there's an authorized person in front of it to give it to her. Thus our awakening happens. So this is a very, very special photograph. We'll look at Shree Mataji's photograph and keep both our hands open in our lap, very humbly. It's just the thought that we must get our self-realization. That is the only thing that we desire. And we'll slowly close our eyes. We will keep our attention inside. Keep our back straight a little, not very straight, not slouching. And just see what is happening inside of us right now. Now, we will do the steps that we had just seen. First, to balance our channels. Left channel, we'll keep the left hand in our palm, in our lap, and we'll place the right hand on the Mother Earth. Left hand in our lap and right hand on Mother Earth. Here we will pray, Mother, please clear out my Ida Nadi. Mother, please take out all the impurities and negativities and imbalances of my left channel through the Mother Earth. We'll bring our attention on our left palm as well and see what is happening. Mother, please bring my left channel into balance by taking out its impurities through Mother Earth. We'll bring the right hand into our lap and put the left hand towards the sky by bending our elbow. Now we will pray, Mother, please clear out my Pingla Nadi. Mother, please take out all the impurities, negativities, and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element. We'll bring our attention to both our palms and see what is happening in our hands. Mother, please take out all the imbalances of my Pingla Nadi through the ether element. Now we shall bring both the hands and place them on the Mother Earth. We'll keep our eyes closed throughout. Here we will pray that Mother, whatever imbalances of the left and right channel are still left, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, please bring us into balance, into the present. Mother, please give us complete balance, bring us into the center. Now we'll bring these hands back into our lap. And for the next steps, we'll keep the left hand as is in our lap and use the right hand for the actions. We'll place the right hand on our heart and press it here so that we feel our heartbeat. We have to pray here. In fact, we have to assert a truth. Mother, I am the spirit. I am the pure spirit, which is the Atma. This is the truth. We're not this body, this mind, these thoughts, this ego, this personality, whatever we think of ourselves. All of this is not real. It's not eternal. The only eternal entity is our spirit inside us. So we say with full confidence, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Now, as we are the pure spirit, we have done nothing wrong. We have to leave our own judgment to God, and in His grace, there's hardly anything that He cannot forgive. So we will not feel guilty because you've seen that it really hampers our realization. We'll say that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. With full confidence, we say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. I have done no wrong whatsoever. Mother, I am not guilty at all and will not feel guilty. We'll bring this hand to our forehead and place it across and press it a bit. We'll bend our head forward a little. Here we have to forgive everyone. We don't need to remember anyone, don't need to name anyone, but just give a blanket forgiveness to one and all. Whoever has done whatever to us, we leave it to God for Him to judge and take over. Otherwise, we just torment ourselves. We don't do anything by not forgiving. So we'll say that, Mother, I forgive everyone. And we actually forgive. Mother, I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone. Now we bring this hand at the back of our head where we place the pillow and push back our head towards the sky. Here, for our own satisfaction, we have to ask for forgiveness. That, oh God, if we have done any mistake, knowingly or unknowingly, against you, please forgive us. O Lord Almighty, if knowingly or unknowingly we have committed any wrong against you, please forgive us. We can bring our hand back in our lap to rest it. Keep the left hand as is in our lap open and bring the right hand at the top of our head and place the center of our palm at the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone area when we were kids. We will place it and press it and bend our head forward a little. Now, while pressing the hand, we have to move it in a clockwise direction so that our scalp moves with our hand. While pressing the center of the palm, we have to move it in a clockwise direction so that scalp moves along with it. Here, Shree Mataji cannot cross our freedom. We have to ask for it very humbly. Without really asking for it, we cannot get our self-realization. So we have to pray and very humbly request, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my union with the divine. Mother, please give me my yoga. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. We'll stop moving the hand and bring it back in our lap. Keep our attention where we are pressing the hand and sit for a few seconds in meditation. We can raise our palms a little in our lap and just see at the center of our palms, is there a cool breeze coming out in one hand or both the hands? It could also be hot for some of us right now. No need to worry or think about it. Now we'll bring the attention to the end of our fingers, the tips of our fingers. See if there is a tingling sensation on one or two in one hand or the other. These are our centers indicating what is catching. Now we'll once again bring our right hand at the top of our head at the fontanelle bone area and just raise it a few inches above that area. We'll move our hand back and front, left and right, and we'll see that there's a cool breeze coming out of a particular area hitting our palm. Could be a very subtle feeling right now, so we have to really pay attention and see, move our hand, etc. We'll bring the right hand back in our lap and now check the same with our left hand, just a few inches above the fontanelle bone area. See if there's a cool breeze coming out of our head and touching our palm. Could also be hot for some of us right now. As a last step, we'll put both our hands towards the sky, completely stretched, elbows straight, and palms open towards the sky. We'll push back our head and ask one of these three questions 3 times. Oh God, is this Param Chaitanya? Is this the divine power that does everything? Is this the power of love of God? You can ask any questions 3 times. Bring the hand back into our lap. And again, place our attention at the top of our head and sit in meditation for a few seconds. And slowly open our eyes and look at Shree Mataji's photograph. Right now, we'll realize that we are completely thoughtless, even with our eyes open. This is the first step, the first boon that we get. We bring both our hands together in a namaskar to Shree Mataji and our Kundalini inside and thank them for this blissful experience. We have to know that this is just the sprouting of a seed, which needs to become a tree. And the water and sunlight for that is daily meditation and also collective meditation once a week. There are also some methods in Sahaja Yoga, like foot soaking, etc., candling, etc., which we do to clear ourselves out, bring ourselves in balance, and keep ourselves in the right state. All of this can be learned by joining our WhatsApp groups, etc., and we can learn how to meditate daily. Didi will now tell us more about this. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. Person who are attending, a person who is attending this session first time, please subscribe to our channel. In YouTube live chat box, you can find out 4 links from our end. First is for WhatsApp group. Who has not joined WhatsApp group, please join that. From that, you will get all the notifications, all the updates about Sahaja Yoga and sessions. Second link is for Zoom meeting link. If you have any question, any doubt, or if you want to share your experience, you can join our YouTube. You can join a Zoom meeting link. You can type your questions in YouTube live chat box as well. On a daily basis, we try to resolve your queries and reply to your questions. It will be helpful for you. A third and fourth link is our YouTube channel link. Our both the YouTube channels are completely non-monetized, non-commercialized. This channel has been started with the intention that you can find your self-realization at your home, at your comfort zone. So please share this channel link with the people who are really seeking for a vibration seeking for a god. So please share this. As Bhaiya explained, on a daily basis, there is three realization sessions going on. First is in the morning, as you are attending at 8 a.m. Second is in afternoon at 4:15 p.m. Third is in the evening around 7:45 p.m. So you can join any of the session as per your time, as per your availability. And once you are very known about each and every chakra and nadi, you have all the knowledge and experience about all the chakras and nadi, you can join our deep meditation session, which is held on 5:30 p.m. on a daily basis. On our YouTube channel, you can find out short videos on each chakra and nadi. So please watch that videos as well. Bhaiya, there is no question.
Okay, Didi, let's take Shree Mataji's permission and move ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Shree Mataji, for today's session. Thank you, all the deities. Shree Mataji, if we have done any wrong, any misconduct thing, so please forgive us. We are ending this session now. Thank you, Shree Mataji.
Jai Shree Mataji.